Hello everyone and welcome back to WolfQuest, and we're going to go ahead and hit try to survive here. We are here with Azeran and Seamus, who are over at the Aspen Heights den, and they're currently trying to raise their pups and get them ready to go on the big journey that will basically that journey is going to determine the entire fate of everything we're trying for here. Now we're playing on challenging, and we're going to feed these guys up a little bit here, because I think we still have predators to chase off. And so we're going to feed them a little bit. Yes, we definitely do. Okay, where's that coyote? Okay, oh, he's coming this way. Okay. Oh, he's a sneaky little guy. Oh, no, 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 not again, not again, not again. Not this again. Oh my gosh, we had bad things like this happen at this very den. And so I have some very bad memories of this. But oh yeah, if you guys haven't seen already, these coyotes are going to be oh, there we go. We got to the end of the mission, so we got to go get more food. But if you guys haven't been keeping up with the devlogs, definitely check those out, because the coyotes are getting a huge update, and it looks like it's going to be awesome. Possibly kind of scary, but very, very awesome, because they're getting a huge AI update, and it's going to make them a lot harder to actually kill, a lot harder to deal with, and a lot more intelligent and interesting. And so I don't know how that's going to play into the pups. We just saw it in action at a carcass, but it's going to be very interesting for sure. So now we gotta keep focus on feeding these guys here. And before I forget, a couple of things. So first off, make sure that you go vote in the poll if you guys have not done so already, because we are voting right now on which wolf we want to see take the next challenge, the second story of WolfQuest: The Lost Tales, because we have another selection of 4 wolves, completely different from the ones in the first selection here. And oh, Seamus is off to get food as well, it looks like. But they're completely different. The randomizer did not roll any of the same wolves, and so you will have the chance to vote on them. And definitely make sure to go check out that video. I'll put a link to that in the comments section if you guys want to do that. And the other thing that I have not announced up to this point, I forgot to mention it in the video, is that for every wolf who gets a side story in the Lost Tales here, I'm actually going to release a sticker on TeePublic. So if you guys want to get a WolfQuest sticker with one of the wolves from the side story featuring their thumbnail art, then you can do that now. There's going to be something here, isn't there? I knew it, I was gonna say, whoa, okay, where do you even go? I was gonna say, there's no way, there's nothing here. But yeah, so if you guys want to get a sticker with Azeran on it, then you can certainly do that. They're, I think, about $2.50, so $2.50, and then I don't know exactly how that translates if you're in other countries, but I do believe TeePublic will ship internationally. You'd have to check on that, I'm not 100% sure. But I think they do. But yeah, so they're about $2.50 if you guys want a sticker, and I think it's like a 3x4 sticker. And so if you guys want to get one of those stickers, we'll be releasing them with a thumbnail art for any of the wolves who get a side story. If they just make it in the voting, that doesn't guarantee it, but if they do get a side story, then we'll definitely be feeding them. I forgot we're on the Grow Your Pups mission. Oops, we're supposed to feed them all the way up, even if they're not all that hungry. We're supposed to feed them as much as we can, because we gotta get them up in weight. But yeah, so you can get that if you want as well. Definitely check that out if you're interested. If you happen to particularly fall in love with one of the side story wolves, you'll definitely want to check that out. That's a bear! So that's one thing. I'm currently only releasing the art as stickers. Oh, no you don't. That actually didn't do all that much damage. I seem to remember bears doing more damage, but okay, I'm not gonna complain. But yeah, and I think that's all the announcements, and so you can find links to that in the video description, and then I'll put in the comments section a link to the TeePublic sticker and also to the current poll, because you guys will definitely want to make sure you vote on that if you guys haven't already. It's been really heated, you guys. It has been very back and forth, and right now I think it's Badger and Gemini who are basically tied at the moment. Hawk, you're the one who didn't get fed, I'm pretty sure. Hopefully, if not, we just fed someone twice. But yeah, so I think it's Badger and Gemini who are currently basically neck and neck, and the other wolves are a little bit behind. So it's been a very, very intense round of voting. It's going to be running until this next Sunday. Let's take this guy out while we're down here. And so definitely make sure you get in on that if you have not already, because that's definitely something you do not want to miss out on. We'll be running voting weekly, so we'll actually start to get a little bit ahead. The reason that I'm going to do that is because I'm going to try and record a lot of these side stories ahead of time, so I do need to know which wolves we're going to be playing as. Now, some of you guys are probably going to be wondering, Jay, why do that? What's the point? Well, the thing is, once the update comes out, I'm actually going to be helping test it. I am one of the WolfQuest beta testers. I've talked more about that in the other videos. I've said, or I showed some footage from one of the betas back in Season 1 at one point. But because I'm on the beta team, I don't know how switching back and forth between game versions works. Because we've never had the game's not out, the new version of the game is not out yet, so we don't know how that's going to work. And so I want to try and get those recorded ahead of time so that it's not like, oh hey guys, the game is in beta now, no more WolfQuest until it actually comes out. I'm going to try and record a lot of these side stories ahead of time so that you guys don't have to worry about there being a big gap in between as the game goes into testing stage, and I'm going to have to be helping out with that. So that's just something that's going on. Don't panic if the errors start to get, or not the errors, but if the voting starts to get way ahead of where we are. That's normal, that's part of the plan. It's basically just set up so that I can make sure you guys have WolfQuest constantly, even through that beta testing period. And again, as with the beta testing, what I've said before, I'll say it again, is I have gotten permission in the past to release footage from the betas after the actual game comes out. I don't know if I'll be able to do that again. I can ask if I end up getting any good footage, but it's going to depend on what the team says. The one thing that I know for sure that I can't do is release spoilers, so don't bother asking me for spoilers. The answer is going to be you'll have to wait and see. That's the one thing that I know for sure. Anything that gets released is going to be released through the admins unless it comes by some special permission, and honestly, they do a good job of releasing updates, and so I don't know if there's going to be any sort of... I think it's very unlikely that I will be ending up being the one releasing any of it. They are the ones who manage that, and that's their prerogative because they are the creators of the game. So basically, I can't release any spoilers. It's not worth it to ask me because the answer is going to be no. But the one thing that you might get, if I get permission again, like I did in the past, is footage from the beta after the actual 3.0 update comes out. Again, we don't have a release date for the update. We don't know precisely when it's coming out. We don't know any of those details yet. You'll have to keep your eyes out on the WolfQuest dev blogs because they will release more info as we get closer, I'm sure. And they'll keep you guys well updated. So far, though, what we've seen, what we have seen in those updates looks amazing. I am continually blown away every time they release a new update on what they're doing, because just when I think it can't get any better, it gets better. Like I said, this last time, and I'm going to pause momentarily, we'll look at pack stats, and just Hawk now, okay. So we got to go and get a little bit more food. I'm actually going to try and eat that rabbit, I think. And, but yeah, so just this last week with the coyote behavior is just absolutely spectacular. It's amazing. And it's so much, like, okay, if I had to describe the new update from what I've seen of it so far, it's basically next level WolfQuest. This game is already pretty cool. You guys already love this game. I love this game. And to see how far it's coming and growing is absolutely incredible, because I didn't ever think it was going to come this far. I thought it was already pretty awesome. And just how far they're taking it is absolutely amazing. And it's going to be so much more in-depth. It's sounding like it, honestly, it's definitely already up there with some of the best and most realistic wildlife simulators that are out there. This might put it at the top. This update might put it at the top. It looks absolutely incredible. They're reworking the hunting, they're reworking the social dynamics from what I understand. We've seen we're starting to see the updated AI, and who knows, because from what I do know of the WolfQuest team and from what we've seen with previous updates, they hardly release everything. I mean, if any of you guys were around for the 2.7 release, then you guys know how little of Lost River was actually shown beforehand. So for every awesome thing that they show us for this update, there's probably so much more that they're not showing us that we're going to get to discover as we jump into the game. And the thought of that just has me super excited. I cannot wait to see where they go with this game because it's looking absolutely spectacular already. And even the gameplay we have here in the 2.7 update is pretty darn awesome. So I'm very excited. Oh, there's a coyote right up there. I'm definitely super excited to see where they're going to take this, and I know a lot of you guys are too. Again, I say this a lot, but I definitely suggest that you guys go subscribe to their channel, because that is the absolute best way to keep updated on all the things that they're announcing and releasing. I do talk about a lot of them here, a lot of the videos I will reference, and even so, it's so much better when you get to see them for yourself. So let's feed Hawk. And, okay, it actually wasn't Hawk then. So what we have is we have a pup who's at, like, 14.9 or something. Not quite the required weight of 15. But, a little ways out from that. And it's saying everyone's at 15. So we're gonna... Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go. Okay. We're just gonna go. Alright, uh-oh, we already have an eagle. That's not good news. We're gonna save our game. We'll resume our game. I'm going to back these guys away. And there's the eagle. Alright, the eagle's going to circle. What we don't want it to do is land in the den. I don't know if they have fixed that since, but I know we've had issues with that in the past where the eagle actually glitched itself into the den and then took a pup and there was like nothing we could do about it. Alright, so I think we'll be okay. Let's get everyone down from here as fast as possible, though, because I do not like this stretch. This is where we've had very bad things happen. And what I'm going to do real fast, too, is raise the pack affinity up as quickly as we can. Because if we can do that, then that'll mean the pups will follow us more closely. Seamus, what are you doing? Seamus is a little confused, I think. He's doing his best. But Seamus actually showed us a very different route to take than the one we normally do. And so, okay, everybody's following. We'll go ahead and get everybody coming this way. They're kind of sliding down the hill a little bit. Okay, there we go. Seamus is back. No longer getting stuck over there. Okay, he's got Hazel. I think we'll be all right. Oh yeah, I'm going to zoom out because that helps a lot. And we're going to go down here. But Seamus actually showed us a route that takes us along the river. Oh gosh. For a second, two of the pups were standing right next to each other, and I almost panicked because I only saw two. And then Hazel off to the side. And, oh, here is the airplane again. I don't know if we can see that. Oh, there it goes. The airplane shows up from time to time because Azeran actually has radio collar, so that is the researchers tracking her and keeping an eye on her. This would be a fun thing to get to see, too, to fly over and to see the little puppies walking. That'd be so cool. So they've gotten some real good sights for Azeran. I wonder if they make a documentary. Maybe this is, guys, maybe this is the documentary that they're making on Azeran and her family as they're flying by, and maybe they're filming. Wouldn't that be cool? Alright, let's see. We need to go... Okay, the pups are getting hungry. I'm just gonna head this way. Alright. Seamus has quail, and basically, the way this is going to work is if we manage to get all of these guys safely to the summer hunting grounds, then we will have the potential of gaining a perk for the next seasons. But if we do not get all of them safely to the summer hunting grounds, then we may have a consequence, and we may have something that then makes things a little bit trickier for us as we're trying to work with the pups in future seasons. Now, because we don't know exactly what the update is going to do and how it's going to change things, we don't have exact details on how this may affect what we'll see in the future, but we'll decide that as we get a little bit closer and as we start to figure out more of what we're working with. It probably will be pretty minor because, again, we're going to have enough adjusting just to get used to the 3.0 update. But even so, we might add a little bit of a perk in there, but it's kind of... The way I see it is if you think about Season 1, that was before we started implementing any of the goals and challenges. and the chances to rescue puppies or whatnot. We just played the game straight through with no bonus anything, and that's pretty much what we're going to be doing once we start with Season 5. If we have any depending on what we gain from this, or what we might lose from this, it will be very minor, and then it may, over time, get more and more major, depending on how the gameplay, in WolfQuest 3 actually works. And I apologize if it's being a little bit laggy. For some reason, it has been a little bit laggy here, just sometimes, but hopefully it's not too bad for you guys. Sometimes my computer just runs a little bit more slowly than others, I think. So let's get down here. Okay, we're right at this carcass already. Seamus is headed straight for it. And I'm trying to keep an eye on these guys because the last thing we want is a coyote to pop out of the grass at them and grab a pup before we even know what's happening. Alright, everybody's still okay. I'm actually going to stop and feed them because they definitely need some more food. And we're going to continue on our way here. And we're going to do this in 4 episodes, even if that means running a little bit overtime. So we'll probably, this might be a little bit of a long episode, but we'll have to see. I'm not 100% sure how long it will have to be. Oh, who's wandering off? Hawk is wandering away, and Seamus is right on that, so that's very good. Definitely keeping an eye on the pups. So honestly, I feel like Seamus probably was raised here at this den, and or helped to raise a litter of siblings at this den, because he seemed to know the way that he seemed to know a path to the summer hunting grounds that Azeran didn't know. She's just heard the stories of this because actually her family was never at this den. She just heard stories of her, Azeran, okay, so Azeran is Andromeda's daughter, which means that Kaya is her grandmother, and Kaya was the one who spent all that time at this den, and she and Courage took a very different route than the one that we're taking currently, and because of that, I think this is a very new experience for Azeran, but she's trusting Seamus's judgment, even though it's very different from the stories that she heard, and hoping that he knows what he's talking about. And it is definitely a more direct route. You can see we're actually going for the Bison Peak crossing, or the one that we traditionally use from the Bison Peak and the Creek Den crossing. I guess technically the name of the crossing is the Sandbar crossing. We're actually headed for that one instead of the one by Canyon Cliffs, which is the one we have been using when we go to this den. But we're actually switching the crossing this time, and hopefully that will prove to be a smart option and not one that comes back to bite us in the tail later on. Yeah, we definitely are going to need to be a little bit careful with this because this is something we haven't done before. But you know, it's kind of funny because sometimes the mates in this really seem to know what they're doing, even when the player doesn't. It's kind of funny how even the AI characters in this can take on so much of a life of their own. And that's one really cool thing as well, is that in the new update, I'm pretty sure there's going to be more personality traits implemented. I'm pretty sure that's Coyote. Alright, where is the Coyote? He's coming this way. Alright. But I'm pretty sure I've heard tell of more personality traits that will be implemented into the game here. Oh, don't drop Quail over there. Forrest, why are you laying down? Oh no, we've got puppies everywhere. Oh my goodness. Okay, Quail, please come over here. Seamus, are you gonna carry Forrest or are you gonna feed? Okay, Quail is gonna catch up. We'll just go pretty slow. Okay, he's feeding Forrest, and then he's going to get food. Okay. Well, okay, let's just hope everybody catches up here. Oh, that's an eagle. Alright. Please help protect the pups because they're kind of spread out right now, and that's not a good thing. Okay, the eagle's leaving. That's good. That's very good, but I've heard tell, I believe, that there's going to be more personality traits and such implemented. I think they have hinted at that in their, I'm pretty sure they hinted about it in the puppy video, and I think they may have talked about it one other place as well. But you guys would have to go check on their channel about that. Definitely, I can't stress this enough, definitely check out the WolfQuest channel. I know this sounds like shameless advertising, but seriously, you guys, the stuff that they are posting is pretty stinking cool. No, 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 Seamus, please don't eat the whole carcass. Seamus, okay. Seamus did not eat the whole carcass. We'll eat some of the carcass. Sometimes that is the one thing. Sometimes the mates can tend to hog the whole carcass instead of leaving any of it behind. Oh, and I think he finished it. But we're going to keep heading out this way. If we go to scent view, so we're going to keep moving this direction and just keep everyone as close as possible. Seamus has force, that's good, and is kind of shoving Quail along in front of him. So we're definitely going to keep moving this way, and hopefully all continues to go well. So far, so good, but the journey is always the most dangerous part of this game, and I'm really curious, too, to see how that is going to be impacted with the new update. The existing missions and all, I'm curious to see how those will transfer over with the new game updates, with the new hunting mechanics, with the new social mechanics. I'm curious to see how that update will transfer over into the current gameplay, and are we going to see a very similar sort of progression through the puppyhood stage, or is it going to end up being very, very different, and how is all of that going to work? I'm really curious to see how that's going to play out. This whole journey stage could change substantially, or it could remain much the same. We just don't know yet. And it's going to be absolutely fascinating to see how it all works out in the end. Because they definitely are doing some very, very cool updates, and I'm very excited to see all of them in action. I hope that lag was just the autosave. Sometimes the autosave... I do not like this. Nope, 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 nope. Alright, alright. No, don't bring Hawk! Seamus? Oh my gosh. Are you... Hawk? Oh. Not happy right now. Seamus is bringing... Seamus? I love you? But please, please do not... Oh no. Alright, okay, one more, and... Why is Quail... Oh my goodness. Seamus, please do not. Alright, Hawk, stand behind me. Oh my goodness, my heart is pounding. Nope. No, 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 no. Oh. What? What? Okay. Well. You guys are going to have some decisions to make. So, I'm not sure how to interpret that, because the game says we're dead, but Azeran is standing up. How do you guys think this should pan out? I'm going to be looking definitely for you guys' suggestions in the comments. I don't even know how to put this to a poll, honestly, because there's a lot of ways that this could pan out. We could have to play through all of it as Seamus. It could be an automatic failure. We could... I don't know. What do you guys think? Would we have to roll to see if the cougar took a pup, and if so, which one? Would Azeran kind of have a similar situation? If you guys saw Knight's story, he was okay, but he suffered severe injuries. What do you guys think? Also, I am beginning to become convinced that this den... this den, there is something about it that is just not good. For some reason, every time we use this den, some disaster involving a cougar happens, and it's always bad. So definitely tell me what you guys think in the video comments. We'll see you guys on Thursday, and well, I guess by then I'll look at what you guys have said, and we'll make our decision. So I'm going to go ahead and end off this episode here. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay, over and out.